But
Hold on. It wasn't recording. It wasn't recording.
see,
Yeah,
I
my
know I
bad.
went tripping.
No,
Let's
here.
start this shit
Yeah,
over
you're
from the
right. You're
top,
right.
man.
CeeJay Too Cold. How you what?
How you what, man? You know, I'm in the cut, man, with Drew, man. He is kicking with Too Cold, man. We in the studio, late night session with this shit.
Yes, sir. I'm not gonna repeat everything I just said because you probably know doing podcasts too. Like stuff will mess up.
Yeah,
You just gotta
facts,
roll with it.
facts.
But I
He fucked up,
appreciate
y'all.
you. Yeah, and it's 4 a.m. So that's
It's
a
4
hard fuck
a.m.
up.
right
You know what
now.
I'm saying?
Yes, it is.
But anyway, what we were getting at, like, how do you describe yourself in your own words?
My own words. I mean, you said in the aspect of like people like wondering who I am or what I do. I just be like, I'm a YouTuber. That's really all to sum it up. I'm a YouTuber, but like on the background, like the back end of all this shit, that's just the front end of what y'all see. But like on paper, producer, director, editor, content creator, influencer, father, big brother, role model. I wear a lot of hats.
No, that's real. And I feel like something about your journey is like relatable sort of because of like how recent, you know what I mean? Like you've gotten like a bunch of views like in the last 2 years,
Yeah.
but you've been like transparent the whole way, you
The
know?
whole way.
Yeah, and I think that's dope. And I know I cut the intro or whatever off,
Yeah.
but you for sure are the biggest YouTuber in NAP. Is that a safe title basically, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you saying it.
I'm gonna say it, yeah. Yeah. And like I said, really, in my opinion, like a Naptown legend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah,
Because
for sure.
especially in the rap like community of it, like a lot of
Yeah.
rappers do look to you as like the gate to like the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's hard for artists to make content, and you kind
Yeah.
of bridge that gap with
Yeah.
all the stuff you've done.
Yeah. They need to go ahead and just, when they make that Mount Rushmore at Naptown, just go ahead and put Too Cold up there. Like I completed a lot of shit that never been done before. Independent tour. You know what I'm saying? Independent. I mean, I know a lot of people, but film, like live show, not music or rap shit. You know what I'm saying? 11 stops. You feel me? And that's just part one. We about to kick up part two with the East Coast and the South as well. But I ain't gonna ramble too much.
No, that's dope. Is that the most like exciting thing for you right now? Is the tour?
Yeah. yeah. We love traveling. We love going to these different cities, new cities for the first time. First time in Houston, first time in Charlotte, first time in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just first time in. I've been to Louisville. I've been to Chicago, but we hit that Midwest and rocked out. But definitely the tour, like just meeting all these different people and like just seeing the love and support from different cities authentically. Like, and I ain't ran no ads type shit.
Yeah, that's dope too. I've never ran an ad like for Studio Drew or whatever
Yeah.
too, like on purpose.
Yeah.
That's dope to have that baked in, and
Mhm.
that means your content speaks for itself too. Because it's like you could put $100,000 on like bad content and it won't do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But so everybody wants to be like a YouTuber. You know, I'm sure a lot of people look up to you, thinking like, I want to somehow follow in those footsteps because you have made a new path, especially for people here in Indy, you know, where it can seem like like you have to go to Hollywood to be a creator or something. But so describe like even what setting up that tour actually like is.
Shit, a lot of hard work. I'll tell you that. 2 to 3 days, 16 hours to 20 hours on my phone. Responding to messages, getting bookings, getting cast members, getting just venues together, like everything independent. That's why I'm like, building my team up and the infrastructure of my team, strengthening it because I can't do this shit alone, especially if I want to continue and scale it. I already got 11 people that work for me, you know what I'm saying? So I need like 11 more, like right now, so that's in order to make it bigger. But, but behind the scenes, like that tour life, it's a lot of work, you know what I'm saying, to pull all this shit off. Like, you got to go through, different contacts and different connects. But the first tour was all the first part was all independent. The second leg that we about to do, kicking off like into August, into the fall and winter, We're doing it different now. Like I was telling you earlier, like we set
The
the standard,
foundation.
you know what I'm saying, of investing in ourselves for the tour. And now like it's so many people, all I get is text message. You know, I put my public number on the YouTube,
Oh yeah.
my episodes. So my number is like public for y'all to text me, call me. But you know what's crazy? Like a lot of opportunity come with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll put my number out there with 50,000 to 100,000 viewers. People texting me, call, hey, how can I get an ad? How can I sponsor your show? How can I get you to come here to the to Milwaukee, or how can I get you to come here to Dallas, or like
That's dope.
Philly? Like we about to go to Philly August 31st. Like we because they reached out, via text, and I text them back, or DMs, like DMs and text messages, like that's where it's at. So.
So I think in some ways I would kind of understand that more than some people, where it's like people look at engineering and think you just engineer, but almost the hardest part of the job is answering the messages sometimes, and like the scheduling and like the parts people don't see. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because
facts.
I can do this in my sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the engineering,
yeah,
but it's more to that when you're like really professional and trying to level up.
yeah,
So what is it like a grind for you just to answer some of the messages? And
yeah.
like if people hit you up, it like what do you kind of like tell them? You know?
Yeah, it's definitely a grind. Because like I said, it's 16 to 20 hours a day sometimes. Just sitting on my phone, fingers cramped. I just came from Chicago getting like a full luxury spa massage, like leisure trip. Like, like my hands, I need my hands rubbed on. I need to be rubbed on a lot how much work I put in. You know what I'm saying? My head, my hands, my feet. I walk a lot. I text a lot. I think a lot and use my brain a lot. So like I need that. Self-care is important. Mental health is important, especially for me, and for me to operate and be cool for everybody else around me. I gotta make sure my mental good. But when people hit me up though, bro, I interact. Like the people is the biggest part of who I am. The people, so I'm always gonna tap in with the people. They hit me up. They ask me anything. I'm chopping it up with them. Like I chop it up until the conversation is no longer a conversation.
That's real. And that's professional too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That really is like customer service or whatever you want to call it, but
Yes.
it at the time of it adds up, you know. So for somebody watching this, like you said, you need to hire 11 more people, right? If
Yeah.
somebody's watching this and they want to join Team Too Cold, what do you need?
Editors.
Video editors?
Editors, real editors. We need clippers. We need them TikTok pages with 150,000 subscribers, 50,000 followers, a million followers. We need them pages to tap in. And I'm gonna give you the permission, which I do it anyway. Y'all be stealing all my content and don't be tagging me and making money off of all my content. And all a nigga want is a tag. I don't even want no cheese. Just tag me. But yeah, we need clippers to like to like make the show go more viral and make it go up. Editors, I want to wake up to text like, "Hey, good morning, Too Cold. Here's 3 reels for you to post at 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 3 p.m. Here's the caption for it. You can put this. Here's some hashtags if available. Like
Yeah.
I need that type of treatment. Oh, I got an interview booked for you Thursday at this time. Let me know if these terms work for you. If so, we can lock it in. Blah blah. I got this person online wants to talk to you about this idea. Blah blah. Like so, like I got assistant right now. I got people in assistant that works. So like I won't keep saying I need an assistant because everybody wants to be my assistant. Like it's crazy. Like when I said I need an assistant, I had 100 resumes submitted to my email
Damn.
to be my assistant, and it's just like y'all got warehouse experience. So it's like you need to have. I'm looking for people with entertainment media experience that know how to really leverage a platform and bring it to these brands and propose certain terms to where we can just keep scaling it bigger. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know and who can get you in the right rooms, man. It's only a matter of time before the right person see the right shit and tap in all the way.
Yeah. And it's even like when artists get managers, sometimes they'll hire a manager without even knowing what the manager's supposed to be doing. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't even listen. That's what the problem right now. Why people like, why you ain't got an assistant? Well, because first of all, I have to organize the job title for my assistant. I have to make sure that my assistant knows exactly what I need day by day. Because once I start paying for an assistant, I need to make sure I'm getting my money worth.
That they're making you more than you're paying
Yeah,
them. You know?
facts. Can you bring me like if my assistant can just get me deals and I just give you a cut off of like just that might be an agent job, that might be a manager. I don't fucking know, but right now, shit, when you independent, I didn't have no fundamental book or nothing of how this shit works. So everything right now is just going off of experience.
So let's talk about that experience. The people that think it's easy, because people will see a clip online and be like, "Oh yeah, I could probably do that too." Whatever.
Yeah.
What is it all that you do? Because I know you know how to edit yourself, and like you've done it like from scratch.
Yeah.
So kind of what is it all that you actually do to produce the content?
Well, I mean, I edited the first 15 episodes of the show by myself, but everything else is like with the people. I mean, you said what do I do? My bad.
Well, I'm saying like yeah, like what is it like? What are all those kind of different jobs and different hats that you have to wear to make this all happen? Because it's more than just meets the eye. It's more than just hosting it. Because you're doing it independent, where you're doing all the tasks.
You say you could do this in your sleep. I can do like the hosting shit in my sleep as well. Like that's the easy part that come with it. But like as far as in what I do, like one thing for sure, like I said, is connecting with the people. Like just being able to respond to DMs, answer these calls. I take a lot of calls. I take a lot of business calls throughout the day. It's like a lot. Like I actually decline a lot of calls as well.
Me too.
I can't even get on the phone. Like the best way to reach me is text message. Like if it's urgent, I see it. Email. I check my email all the time. Get me in my email. I tap in with you then. But like mainly, bro, like editing. Like my main goal, bro, is to get a YouTube video out there every day.
Every day.
Every day. Every day. You want to get a YouTube video out there every day. But when you set that goal, like you're grinding towards that. So even if you ain't hitting it, like you like, all right, well I work towards that today, and like I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow. Or like every day you're trying to just push out content. So like that's my main thing that I want to do is just make sure I push out content. However that look, if I gotta edit the reel, if I gotta send the video off to get it edited and then get it back. But delegating between the people, my graphic designer, my DJ, my assistant, like that's really like what I do all day.
What is your goal? Like as CeeJay Two Code, like in like 5 years, you're uploading every day, but like where is it going?
Well, people ask me this question a lot, like what's next for Two Code, or where is this going? And I always be like, well, let's focus on now because it's a lot happening right now, And when people be asking me like maybe what's next, I'm like, man, bro, you do not see like all the shit I'm going through right now? Like this shit is not even, we ain't even scratched the surface with maximizing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like we really want to like take advantage of every single opportunity that we have right now. This shit's so hot right now.
Like keep getting better and better.
Yes,
each
like
time.
this shit. Like we 52 episodes in, technically 56,
Congrats.
but only 52 on air right now. But we got like 7 episodes in the vault right now that we just loading. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like the goal right now is to take advantage of every opportunity, because I notice that if I don't focus on like, oh, what I should be working towards something even bigger, and I focus more on what I got going on, which is already so big, it circulates even more and the impact hits harder because I'm able to put all my focus onto the now. Like when you get to this level, bro, you gotta learn how to delegate your energy. I can't put 20% over here into what I'm gonna be doing in five. No, what I can do is let's plant this seed right here. All right, I might invest in a drone, or hey, I might scope for these editors, because ultimately I want to own I don't want to. I do own a production company, but I want to be like the production company that people come to in the city when they want to get their TV show started up. They want to get their podcast started up. They want to get even music videos or anything, funeral recaps, whatever. I want to be the one that you can call. You know what I'm saying? And I got a team that'll help you and get the job done and get it done fast.
Yeah. Because that's real. Because if you set that team up almost any business needs content. You know, like literally every business.
More than ever.
Yeah. Uh, Let me ask you, through all these experiences so far, are there any like specific moments you can point to that you would say were like the happiest moments, or just a time that made you happy?
Uh, when I see them sold out crowds, man, like just seeing all them people, hearing all that noise, like I remember, like I ain't gonna lie, like the Get It Girls. Shout out to Get It Girls. They booked me for my first ever. They the first people to book me in the nap.
The biker gang,
Yeah,
they're cool. Yeah,
yeah,
they were in here doing a song
yeah.
too.
They lit. They
Yeah,
lit. They
they're
lit,
super
bro.
cool.
And
They're
they having their
funny.
way with the cheese, bro. They rich. You
Really,
feel me?
I don't know
They
about
having their
that.
way with the cheese. But like they the first ones to like book me in the city to do something outside of like my regular home studio. They wanted me to come in their territory and do something on their terms and shit like so. And they was actually the first ones who came in the audience and did a 2 cold encore. So it was like that's the word, right?
Encore, yeah,
Like when they keep chanting your name and shit, like they want you
yeah,
to come back on and
yeah.
2 cold, two, like they was the first ones to do that. Like, and when they did that, like I was like super, I'm like, wow, like they chanting my name right now, like like so it be stuff like that. Like I just love to receive the love because
Yeah.
it fuels me and I give back the love times 10.
That's dope. Yeah. Yeah, and it does keep you going because I'm sure starting out there were times where it feels like even this podcast, that I do, sometimes you will drop and it feels like you're dropping it for nothing. Like you like or not like not for nothing but
Yeah,
to no one. You know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
So like I'm sure that is good because you when you started from scratch, it's like you hope one day that'll happen. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And the goal of uploading every day, like even if you don't upload every day, that's gonna make you grow. Wherever you land in 5 years is gonna be growing because that's the consistent of it. But yeah,
Facts.
and I can already tell your work ethic. Just from what we just did in the studio,
Yeah.
and even what you rap about in the songs is
Mhm.
relatable to like any entrepreneur that's like hustling. You know what I
That's the
mean?
goal.
Yeah, and so for those that don't know, you make music. That's always been like a main part to it, right?
Yeah, I always wanted to be a rapper. Like that's been the goal from day one, but that was my problem. I always wanted to be a rapper. Like, don't box yourself in.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to be a rapper, but the whole time, people were like, oh, I thought you was gonna be a rapper, and you're a TV star. So it's more like just you got to take advantage of everything.
Yeah.
Any talent you feel like you got to explore it all.
And it'll all come together because like you said, you're developing a team right now that a rapper needs. You know what I'm saying? Like what because every rapper needs content. And if
Mm-hmm.
you figure out the content, you're gonna be ahead of most rappers, even the talented ones that don't do content well. You know what I mean? Because it's just all hand in hand.
It is. It is. I
And
be feeling like I'm shit. I am a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
oh no,
Like,
you are, bro. I heard the 5 songs that we just
yeah,
did tonight. Like
facts.
yeah, there's no want about it. You know what
But
I mean?
but now it's like
You
that's
should
not
just
what
stand on
everybody
it.
know me for.
Yeah,
Everybody know me for Pop the Balloon.
but as you keep growing that and you keep standing on your raps and being consistent, that's where it all comes together. Uh, and one thing that I think is interesting about you compared to like most rappers that are in here is that you've reviewed hundreds of rappers in Indianapolis.
Facts.
You've listened to like almost kind of the same way like I have, where it's like you hear all kinds of different songs, like the trash ones, the good ones, kind of all that, right? Like, I'm not hating on
Yeah,
any, but I'm saying like you literally hear more, and that could help your own rapping because like what is like
I'm
trash and
influenced
not.
by everybody.
Yeah. So I ask this a lot, and it's not like just for clout or whatever. It's just to be able to shine light on artists. Who would your top? Oh, here you go.
Like your extra, your gun.
Yeah, it's right there. If you can reach it, you see it on the couch.
Right there on him. Remember what you was about to ask?
Yeah, kind of.
Let
Yeah.
me pick it back up. I feel way better now because I was struggling that last 5 minutes. I'm like, man, what's going on right now? Trying to breathe.
Very good. Uh, so I know it's like 4:30 right now, so I'm gonna kind of get to some questions I wanted to ask, right?
Come on, talk to me.
So first of all, like we were saying, you've heard a ton of you've heard of a ton of artist songs here locally and just in general. What's one of the most overused bars that you think, like, anytime you hear somebody say it, you're like,
Anything
this
with a
whole song?
switch.
Really?
Anything with a you say the word switch. It's over. Like shit. What else? Overused bar. That's crazy. That's a good one. The switch bar is definitely
For me, it's like if you say like you spit fire like a dragon, you know what I mean? Like
hey,
I hear it all the
shit.
time, and I'm like there's certain ones where it's just like, oh shit. But yeah. So all right, so I like to ask.
It's recording.
Yeah, it's still
Oh,
rolling.
okay.
Yeah. So I like to ask this one. Uh, who are your top 5 Indianapolis artists?
Okay. So you saying top 5 Indianapolis, like just my top 5?
Your favorite, yeah.
My favorite. Damn. CeeJay Too Cold. That's me. Paris Ladon. That's a fact. And I'm just going off of like people that I know they songs, like Zakia. Who else? Big Homie Mac, Free Mac Man, Pac Man, Big Homie Mac. And who else? Shit. I don't even know, bro. These niggas ass. A lot of these niggas can't rap. But, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the last one to RB Umbrella.
No, that's a solid list though. I mean, all those are like the big people that are active and you know doing stuff. If somebody's watching this thinking they should be on that list, what advice do you have for an artist to get talked about like that in the city?
Gotta be consistent and drop every day. And no matter how many views or likes you get, no matter how many comments you get,
Like
gotta drop every day.
content-wise?
Every day. Every day. Starting off.
Yeah. What do you think has been the most effective thing for you growing? Like, has there been any like things you've posted or strategies where it's like you've seen it like pop off?
I tell people all the time, like, drop every day. Like, when I first started this shit, like, that was my goal. Like, I set crazy goals for myself. Set crazy goals that you probably know you can't do. Like, you know you can't get this goal. Since you know you can't reach this goal right now, you gonna do whatever it take to try. Like, so I know I can't drop a YouTube video every day. Like, I try to as much as I want to. Like, by myself, I can't. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work every single. My goal when I wake up is like I'm gonna get this YouTube video. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cut this reel. Like, but even if I don't get it done all the way, I'm still making the progress to make it happen. It all starts. The manifestation is so real. Power of the tongue is so real. You tell yourself what you want to do. You do control your destiny. I feel like.
Yeah, you for sure can control your mindset. You know, like
Facts.
even one of the lines in your song was like, "You won't leave till it's done,"
Look at him,
or "You won't
yeah.
sleep till it's done." That's what you.
That's the
yeah.
routine.
Yeah, and yeah, that it is like
It's
it
5
is
in the
for
morning.
sure
We not
growing.
asleep yet. I wasn't going to sleep till we came to the studio.
Yeah, and that is literally like the rock star life. You know, when you see an artist on the grind city to city, it's not like all fun. You know what I mean? Like they're
Yeah.
going like studio to studio, they're handling business.
It's not fun at
and
all.
it's low on sleep.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun, but I mean, it ain't. It's all work.
So, do you notice? Like, I'm sure there have been times where you've been so low on sleep that you start to like burn out. Like, have you had those times where you've like burn out?
People be saying that, like, I'll be like, what y'all like? I don't be understanding that because like it's a difference when like you really, 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 really love what you do.
Mm.
Like I'm trying to do everything I can. Like only reason I'm going to sleep is because I might accidentally fall asleep. Like
Yeah.
I'm not going to sleep on purpose.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I went to sleep on purpose. They all accidents.
That's crazy.
I know.
But no, and yeah, and but that is like super real, and that's the difference when you do something you hate to do it for 2 hours. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But when you are entrepreneurial, you'll end up working way harder than a 9 to 5. But it's like you want to, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that is like super important. Did you always know this is like what you wanted to do?
I always knew. Like, everybody around me always knew. Everybody around me always said it that I was gonna be somebody. I still feel regular though. Let's not get it twisted. Like I don't have $1 million. You know what I'm saying? And even like when you start getting a lot of money, it's like even when you get to 1 million, that ain't even enough. That ain't even nothing. Like it ain't about the money. It's about like what you see you can accomplish and reach once you start reaching it. Like, oh, you know how they say you can get 10. If you can make 10,000, you can make 100,000. You can make 100,000. You can make 1 million. You can make 1 million. You can make 10 million. You can make 10. You make 100. So it's just like the same thing. Like, oh, you can get 1 million views on a reel. You can get 10 million views on a reel. You can get 10 million views on a reel. You can get booked outside of a reel. You get booked outside of a reel. You can booked outside your state. You get booked outside your state. You get booked outside the country. Yeah, XYZ. So it's just like it's the same mindset.
Small steps for a long journey, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Yeah. So for somebody watching this that, thinks they know CJ Too Cold or, they might look up to you, what is like your kind of own story in your own words of, what's all happened up to this point?
Been through the ringer. Um, I went through a lot of stuff, and I realized that with a lot of successful people, it's like they get to a breaking point to where like it's then there give up on life or you know turn up with your craft, and that's where a lot of people I realize a lot of people can it's do or die at them points. You can be stagnant in your life and be okay and accept where you're at, or you can never get comfortable and always want to do better. And that's where I am. Like, I'm a nigga that always want to do better. So, all in all, like you saying my story, like, no matter what I've been through, I know y'all really don't even really care. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about right now. Now, y'all can care about my past and, like, what I've been through and, like, what it took to get here. But y'all really worried about what I'm going to do next. So like I really just be focused. That's why I say like today is really the main goal is like just maximizing your opportunities that you woke up with and go from there. But if you want to know too cool, if you know, you know. If you don't, stay tuned. Documentary on the way.
No, that's real. Uh, what would you like want your legacy to be, like as an artist or just as a person or like as a father or whatever?
The connector,
What do you mean?
the one who put everything together, like put people together, put people in different rooms. Like I feel like God uses me to navigate through all these different energies. You know what I'm saying? Like I deal with 8 men, 8 women, 50 plus audience members an episode a week. We're touring, and I got 10 different personalities on my team that I got to juggle and balance as well. My team gets along very well. We get along very well, but when people get hungry and people get, irritated from audiences or, there's different stuff, everybody, energies can be different, but, we balance very well. So, yeah.
No, that's dope. What's some of like the craziest shit you've seen, like hosting that? Because just managing all that is like a circus, but I'm sure dealing with people trying to act out and like just wild shit. I'm sure you've had some wild shit
Man,
happen.
they be wanting to fight. And when you up close and personal, you get to see a lot of shit like, like wigs coming up, you know what I'm saying? Like wigs lifting, you know what I'm saying? Like some people toes. It be the smells for me sometimes too, like, like hygiene, people breath don't be already right. Like just it come with it though. Like that's another thing. I be like, man, this is what I asked for. So whatever I get with this shit, it's like this is what I wanted. So I gotta take it and know how to
Yeah.
move from there.
You mentioned God a second ago, right?
Uh huh.
How would you describe God to somebody else? You know what I mean? Like
How
in
would I
your own words.
describe God to somebody? God is the creator. God is that energy, that spirit, that soul that leads you that you can't see or feel. I mean, you can't see or like, hear it. But I mean, you can hear it
Like touch it.
and
Yeah.
but you can't feel it like, physically. But, spiritual if you're guided, if you believe in God and you believe in a higher power, you would just feel it in your spirit, in your soul. It'll just guide you, bro. And I disobeyed that for a long time. And once I start obeying God and like letting him lead me properly, I start coming on this path. Like the whole time I could have picked up a camera and been doing what I was doing. Cause they've been in front of me my whole life.
Mm.
But I decided to try to go these different routes and try to be something that I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? And I figured out that I was just trying to figure out who I was. And I hate saying that because it's like, damn, you ain't know who you was. I always knew who I was, but it's like, do you know who you really are?
Mm-hmm.
What's your real goals? What's your true intention in life?
Like
And I had to really realize that and like take it to another level because a lot of people be out here walking around lost.
yeah.
Not
Sometimes it takes them 100 years to figure out who they really are.
you
You know what
did
I mean? And when you're a kid, you gotta try different shit. You know what I mean? Just in
exactly,
case. You know what I mean?
exactly.
You gotta just see
And I was that
what's gonna
kid.
work. Yeah. No, that's dope. Uh, so you mentioned a family too. Uh, so with all the text messages, all the chaos and everything, how do you find that balance between CJ Too Cold and just literally like your family or just personal time and stuff?
Hmm. Well, I cut out my personal time. I really don't be having any with my. I don't know when it's dropping, but my 30th birthday coming up. So like, I just took a little personal leisure trip, but it still wasn't because I still got to respond to text messages. But when I get back from tour, man, I don't waste no time. I'm always with my kids throughout the week. Monday through Thursday, Monday through Friday. Like when I ain't on tour, I got my kids. So I'm always like on daddy duty, and I delegate, I prioritize that, and it get hard when I got them because I kind of fall behind on work a little bit sometimes. But it's like I take that sacrifice sometimes, but like at the same time, they mamas got to know like, hey, daddy, like this, he's securing our future. It's hard. It's hard for people to understand the level that I'm at right now,
Hmm.
because they so used to certain shit from me. Like, oh, he get his kid, like, but when something goes left, it's like, they still take a little time for them to adjust to these new changes that I'm still adjusting to. I'm still adjusting to the shit.
And the path you're on is growth, like uploading every day and all that. So it's like you can't judge where you are now because you're literally moving. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Yeah. So and that can be hard to see, and that's like an entrepreneurial thing too, where it's
It
like
is.
that's the difference between being stuck with the same $10 an hour or whatever, or whatever it is, compared to like in a couple years you could add a lot of zeros to whatever you're making now. You know what I
Facts.
mean? And that's
And let's
it.
finish dropping on 8/7, but since Drew just gave me this little rundown about this Spotify shit, I might just do like a single on my birthday. I don't know. It depends on how I feel, tonight, tomorrow. I'm sleepy right now, so however I feel when I wake up, I'm submit the tracks and go from there. But other than that, man, I'm about to turn 30, man, Drew. So I've been through a lot of shit. So I just want to tell everybody, don't never give up with this shit. I know that's like cliche, but what I learned about them cliche statements is like that shit really be true. And it's the hardest ones to overcome and accomplish. So that hard work really pay off. You gotta like really sacrifice. And when I say sacrifice, another cliche term, that means you gotta cut a lot of shit and prioritize one thing for now until you get to wherever you're trying to go, till you get a little buzz off that shit, and then bring in the other shit. But right now, just focus on one thing, lock it in, master it, and turn up with it. And then shit, the floor is yours after that.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time, Phil, and I hope that we end up, doing more podcasts in the future,
For
just to
sure.
touch base as you grow and just as
Yeah.
as shit changes or
Yeah.
whatever.
We'll see where you at 6 months from now.
Yeah, and I really, tonight's like the first time we've really got. I mean, we met that one night like months ago
Yeah,
or
yeah.
years ago, damn
Yeah,
near
I know,
probably.
right?
And I remember that night because I was on the phone with somebody that owed me money and I was pissed. Like, and that never happens, you know what I mean? But I remember like thinking like I was off that night or something
Yeah,
when we met
yeah.
or whatever. But I'm glad that we got to lock in just for the music and for this, you know what I mean? Because
Facts.
I see what you're doing, and so much of what you do is really relatable. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's gonna help you add zeros to the views and
That's
to
my
the
whole
checks
goal,
and
bro.
all
I ain't
that.
gonna lie, bro. Like I realized that early on. Like content is your real life. You know what I'm saying? Like being transparent with the people and my fans and supporters, they love that. You know what I'm saying? Like I stopped caring about how I looked. I stopped caring about how I sound when I say shit. I stopped caring about just what people think and just really put it out there. Like I talk to the camera like I'm talking to myself. So I don't really be tripping about what nobody think. Like tonight is Tuesday, right? So if you're a fan of my show, you know it's Too Cold Tuesday. We drop every single Tuesday. They deleted my Charlotte video off my YouTube. I gotta dispute it, fight it, XYZ. But everybody's inboxing me like, what happened to the episode? What happened to the So guess what I do? I go set my camera up, I set everything up, and I make a 11-minute video one-on-one with Too Cold. And I tell my fans and my audience and my people what's going on, an update of what's going on. 10,000 views in fucking 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? So it's shit like being transparent with your people can take you far. Be yourself. Like I'm just uniquely, genuinely me, and that's all that matter.
Yeah, that's real. I appreciate your time, bro.
Love, bro.
Thank you.
For real.